We entered a building where there were mass casualties and killings, where terrorists were still present. I saw people who were dead, others severely wounded. We needed to get them out.
Dr. Denis Safran was the first medical professional to enter into the Bataclan concert hall on November 13, 2015. Head doctor of the BRI, or the French Search and Intervention Brigade, he accompanies special police teams, just as he did that night. Entering the concert hall, there were entangled corpses and dozens of injured. The immediate goal, to get everyone out.
In the lobby of the Bataclan, there was 1.5 centimeters of broken glass. Getting people out wasn't simple. Most of the women had lost their shoes. We couldn't have them walk through, so we had to carry them. There were people in a state of panic upon seeing the dead bodies, so we had to cover their eyes.
Dr. Safran was carrying heavy equipment to care for the wounded, but as a first responder, he must be mobile, so his gear is woefully inadequate to treat the wounds caused by the terrorists.
There's a flashlight, a pack for your thigh that has the emergency supplies. In such circumstances, we don't do sophisticated medicine. We treat with our heads to decide who should be evacuated first. What I actually use the most is my scissors. This allows me to cut clothes, to diagnose the kinds of wounds, and when someone's bleeding without enough compression pads, I cut up a t-shirt, crumple it into a ball, and ask the wounded's friend to hold it on the wound until the person can be evacuated.
The following morning, Dr. Denis Safran returned to headquarters, the prefecture of police, with the sense of having done what he had to do. A doctor with France's firefighters, Christian Poiret, was on call that night. He was the first medical professional to arrive outside Le Carillon and Le Cambodge restaurants with all their wounded and dead.
When I think about how that night unfolded, I think of myself being on a dinghy that's in rough shape, going from port to port, from one wounded to another, from one dead to another.
At the time, Christian Poiret was based in central France, but he was also a reserve doctor for the capital's firefighters. That's how he found himself having to do triage in the middle of the streets of Paris, deciding who to try and save and who to not.
If there are 3 victims and one is in cardiac arrest, I won't go and do chest compressions. I will take care of the 2 others, because if I focus on trying to save the person in cardiac arrest, the 2 others will die, and there'll be 3 casualties.
So there's no guilt?
No, afterwards you have to stand by your clinical choices.
In looking back on the chaos of that night, there is an element that has left a profound mark: the age and youth of the victims.
So death is a part of our job. But a 20-year-old that's killed by a terrorist's bullet in the streets of Paris, that's hard to conceive. No, that should not have come calling that night. That's not normal. That's not fair to them.
Today, Christian Poiret is still a doctor for firefighter brigades, but now in the south of France. As for 78-year-old Denis Safran, he says he has no plans to retire, so that he can be there to make those life-saving calls if tragedy strikes.